I didn't tell you I was doing this, Mel, but I was going to start off the scene by saying, well, first of all, good morning and welcome to Astro Insights Live. My name is Jennifer Rose, and you will see our faces in just a minute. But this is a picture of our new family member, Lily. She came to us, a couple of weeks ago? Almost a couple of weeks ago. We believe that she's around 8 years old. She's deaf, blind, and she's just really a great dog. Honestly, she's very easy to manage and care for, and she's brought a lot of joy into our lives, and has caused our schedules to be a little wonky. But anyway, please welcome Lily to the Rose Trone Astrology family.
Yay, Lily.
And then let's get us up here. Good morning, and welcome to Astro Insights Live. My name is Jennifer Rose, and above me here is astrologer Melrose, my wife.
Hi,
And
everybody.
today we are here to discuss the astrology for next week and also talk about our favorite aspects of the week. And we round it with a tarot card reading. So, good morning, Melanie. How are you today?
I feel good this morning. Thank you for asking. I didn't know how long I had to take that sip, but it's okay. It has been beautiful outside lately, and a couple of mornings ago, it was really warm enough and sunny enough to actually sit out on the porch in the sunshine. And me and the little dog Lily both did that for a couple of hours. It was really delightful. The springtime is my favorite time of year, and here it comes. So I'm excited. I feel great. How about you?
We're having a fake spring right now, so I'm feeling pretty good. My body, I live with rheumatoid disease. My body's a little confused right now because it's just been a confusing season for my body. The temperatures have been just different. So, but I'm good. I'm ready. I'm seeing sun coming out more, and I'm ready to get out on the patio today and do some tarot readings for some of our clients and just hang out with the dog and blow some of this winter off.
Yes,
It looks
yes.
weird.
Burn it off.
Whoa. Cremageddon, I accidentally hit Cremageddon and the recliner started opening up on me when I was talking. I had no idea. So today's Super Bowl Sunday, and we don't give two shits about the NFL. I stopped watching the NFL when my hometown team, the Chiefs, wouldn't get rid of one of their players that beat up on their girlfriend. So I gave up on that. But I do want the Seahawks to win. If
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna place a bet, I'm betting on the Seahawks.
All right.
Yeah, so it's Super Bowl Sunday, and we will be out on our porch doing witchy, tarot, magic, astrology things, and hopefully you will too.
And paying zero
if you
attention
have
to
a read,
football.
please. I'm sorry.
And paying zero attention to football.
I think we have a little bit of a delay, so I'll do my best not to interrupt. So if you're here watching, thank you so much. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We bring Astro Insights and a tarot card reading every week at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Melanie, who is your Kansas City astrologer, and she's going to talk to you about the astrology for next week. And hopefully this will help you know how to navigate your week. And so I'll turn it over to her.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Astro Insights. I am your host, Mel Rose, and today is Sunday, February 8, 2026. Thank you for checking in on your regular current astrology. Thank you for tuning in with us on Sunday mornings. As you know, as above, so below, we look to the sky to get some kind of clue or inkling, as we have for hundreds of thousands of years, as to what kind of vibrations are playing out here down on Earth. And hopefully that helps us navigate our own lives with a little more peace and success and prosperity. That is my hope. And I'm so glad you're here with me. Today, the sun is in Aquarius for another week and a half, making our public-facing lives, like our work, social, and civic lives, about the groups that we align with. So, whether that is your work, social, or civic life, we're getting together with our valued collaborators right now, people who understand your mission in the world and share your values. Those are the ones you want to be making plans with that are people powered, and those plans hopefully are in the interest of improving the general welfare. That is the vibe of Aquarius. And then the waning moon is in Scorpio. This is a time for personal clearing. Take a look at your core values and make sure you're not holding on to anything that's blocking your ability to connect from the heart. You know, values based on old resentments, for example, things that you just said you would never do again. Some things are definitely a yeah, never again, and other things are a well, maybe I should give it another chance. Under this moon, the people we keep company with will not feel comfortable around us if we are not being authentically ourselves. Okay, so do your best to keep it 100. Aquarius and Scorpio, Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Scorpio, those are our fixed air and fixed water signs. So this lends us a feeling of consistency and focus as we face the week ahead. And we're still in Imbolc, friends. Last week and this week and a little bit of next week. It's a long one this time. And this period of time represents the midpoint between winter solstice and spring equinox. This is the time of year when we see the winter really begin to ease off. Like Jennifer said, we get that little false spring. The sun is returning. The days are gradually getting longer and warmer. And the promise of spring, if not the actual thing, is in the air. Also today, Venus is at the end of Aquarius and it's making a square to Uranus at the end of Taurus. Venus rules the sign that Uranus is sitting in, and Uranus is the modern ruler of the sign that Venus is sitting in. So there's a stop sign in the form of the square vibration asking us to consider our options. What is it that you're asking for that may be kind of hard to get? Is there a better way to go about it? But these planets are speaking to one another in one another's language. So it could actually be a productive negotiation for supplies, compensation, upgraded hardware, even the recognition you seek. And that's all happening today, friends. That sets the tone for the whole week. Sunlight returning, we're all in different ways called to collaborate for success, and we're striving to show up with courage and transparency. So, in the week ahead, there are two big transitions happening this week. Venus moves on into Pisces and Saturn moves on into Aries, and that's the big. But first, tomorrow is Monday the 9th. According to the Farmer's Almanac, tomorrow is National Pizza Day. Yay, National Pizza Day. I wonder if we have a trip to Papo's in the offing. And the waning moon will move on into Sagittarius, bringing the personal life focus out of that deep self reflection where we're making sure we're being our authentic selves, and instead encouraging us to get out and do something engaging, hopefully something that expands our experience or helps us feel like we've learned something. Then on Tuesday the 10th, Venus makes its move into Pisces. And Venus is exalted in Pisces. She does really well here. It's like an honored guest in the kingdom of Pisces, ruled by the King Jupiter. My hope is with this transit of Venus in Pisces in 2026, my hope is that we may find it easy to relax and become receptive to those connections that help us feel our wholeness and give us a sense of faith that we are held and supported by something greater than us, whether that be family, community, a unity mindset, a partnership, a series of a system of partnerships. We are all more at ease when we don't try to do everything alone. And especially considering that this year Venus is going to have a retrograde, right now would be a great time to to really allow yourself to be at ease in those partnerships, in those relationships, and in those places where you feel really connected and supported. Wednesday, the 11th, the sun in Aquarius will be cooperating with Chiron in Aries. That's that pink line you see on the chart. In our work, social, and civic lives, there are challenges we seek to overcome. Always. Problems that want solving all the time. And this is perfect weather for you to be taking action, to be making a change in the ways that you do things so that you can solve problems, mend fences, heal rifts. And then on Thursday, the 12th, the moon moves on into Capricorn, and our personal lives become more about our goals and aspirations. We all want mountains to climb and problems to solve when the moon is in Capricorn. So we're ready to put in some labor. And with the sun in Aquarius and the moon in Capricorn this Thursday through Saturday, it carries a lot of Saturn ruled energy, which tells us it'll pay to have your head in the game and be participating in your own success, especially around this Thursday. Also on Thursday, Mars in Aquarius makes an adjustment to Jupiter in Cancer. Mars in Aquarius likes to do things differently, streamlined and efficient, feels nice since it's about the physical effort we're making. Jupiter adds grace. Jupiter adds reasons to have faith. And while Jupiter's in Cancer, the grace comes across like an abundant rain, like water, which represents emotions, intuitive information, and our desire for connection. It encourages us, I encourage us all to give some thought, literally and metaphorically, to how do you capture and or divert the water when it really starts to come down in your life? What might you do physically, actively to manage your emotional and intuitive information more effectively? That's the question this Mars and Jupiter aspects asks of us on Thursday. Then the next day is Friday, February 13th, my friends. Friday the 13th, Saturn moves on into Aries for the first time in 36 years. And this is consequential astrology, friends. It precedes the very consequential astrology that's coming up next week, which is Saturn's conjunction to Neptune right here at 0 degrees of Aries next Friday, the 20th. That upcoming conjunction is massive, and we will have a lot to say about it in next week's episode. But for today, let's just focus on the bigness of this moment. Saturn is entering Aries this Friday, the 13th, where it will be for the next 3 years before it moves on. And Saturn in Aries is not a comfortable fit. Saturn likes a method, it likes a plan, it makes slow and steady progress in its effort to build things that will last. Aries encourages quickness and acting on instinct and shooting from the hip, so to speak. Saturn is like a rock and Aries is in the fire. So it's like we're throwing the rock into the fire. This is important because it describes our efforts toward personal stability as being a bit of a struggle for us over the next 3 years. Whatever it is that represents security for us, each of us, is going to have to work for it. We're going to have to fight for it. And all of us will be transformed by those efforts of having to really make an effort to establish our security. We're going to be transformed into something by this transit of Saturn and Aries over the next 3 years, something more ready and more capable of responding and more clear about what it is that we stand for. Recently, Neptune moved into Aries and began to help us lift this fog of illusion and confusion, showing us which principles we're willing to fight for. And now Saturn enters Aries and shows us, now that so much has fallen apart, what remains that can be defended? Where is the dry ground that we can stand on to fight for what we know is right? And remember, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. These planets entering Aries are beginning new cycles in which we begin to idealize a philosophy of action, independence, activism, militarism, even, and rebellion for years to come. So it's not a small deal that Saturn is moving into Aries. It's not a small deal that Neptune has just moved into Aries. In fact, both of these are part of that much bigger set of shifts that we've been going through over the past few years, a lot of which is happening this year that's going to see us living really in a completely different world next year. Just the level of change that's happening to us on the collective level, the amount of change that's happening for us on the collective level. We haven't seen anything like this in thousands of years in astrology. So I really expect to see some new and different things than what I'm used to seeing in this lifetime. I want to say, I get the feeling that many of us may be tempted to discard our compassion for other people or our willingness to make compassionate actions for some idea of showing strength. But if the past several years have shown us anything, friends, is that exercising strength without compassion doesn't work for us in the age of Aquarius, okay? So we're going to have to find a more compassionate way to act, a more problem-solving approach, I think, a more creative approach to fighting our battles. And I really look forward to that. Now, Saturday the 14th is Valentine's Day, and with the sun in and the moon in Saturn-ruled signs that day, let's focus on activities that reinforce the strength of our romantic and friendly partnerships. We don't want to do anything that's too challenging. We really just want to celebrate what it is that we have with somebody that helps us feel stability, that helps us feel like someone in the world has our back. And Valentine's Day is traditionally about romantic connections, but lately there's been a Galentine's Day thing that comes up on Friday the 13th or on February 13th that's really about celebrating your besties out in the world. And I really love that. And I really see romance being especially in the age of Aquarius, but with the sun in Aquarius, romance being something that we also play out with friends, just not in that romantic intimacy way, in a different kind of a friendly and platonic and intimacy. So be open to that, and be open to just noticing where your partnerships are and what those partnerships do to help you feel like you have a strong foundation in your life, and celebrate that this Saturday the 14th with Valentine's Day. That's what I encourage you to do. Then next Sunday, the 15th, the sun will make its square to Uranus. And that brings that variable availability of stuff and things into light in our public-facing lives. Social and civic lives might be looking for things we cannot put our hands on. And the week after next Sunday is when the sun enters Pisces and Saturn finally makes its conjunct to Neptune. And then we're living in a whole new world, friends. I know we're going to turn around. We're going to that day and say, well, it looks a lot like the old world. And definitely we still have some stuff that we are dealing with. We can't just stop one world and begin a new one. However, we really are on the verge of some great big new discoveries, some great big new shifts in the way we do things collectively, the way we are conscious of one another, and the way we see the idea of winning and uplift in the world. So we will be here with you, observing what happens and bringing astrological and tarot and intuitive insight to the struggles we all face. Remember, my friends, you are not alone. We are all in this together. Thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We appreciate you so much. And I think that at this point, we're going to try to move on to the part of the show where Jennifer and I talk about our favorite aspects of the week. So thank you for being here, friends. There's Jennifer.
Yeah. It's me. Hi.
Thanks for managing my charts there, Jennifer. I know I sent you a lot of them this week.
Yeah, I didn't do very well. I don't know what happened there, but next week, I guess I'll get it in. For all those of you watching, thank you so much for being patient with me as we move through and try to figure out how to give a little bit better of an experience with our videos. So that means a lot of learning for this 53-year-old Gen Xer.
Mercury is in Pisces now, so you never know what you're going to get, but you're going to get something.
Right. Yeah, definitely. So, like, not for nothing, I'm just going to say I am throwing up a QR code that, buy us a coffee. We like Dutch Brothers.
Yes.
And if you'd like to support our stream, 2 ways to do that is to subscribe, have your friends and your mom and thems subscribe to us. We are so close to having 1,000 subscribers, and we look forward to that so we can give some more content and continue to do that for free without subscriptions. But if you would like to buy us a coffee or, contribute to the immense amount of debt we've collected within the last couple of months, it would be greatly appreciated. So, as Mel said, we are switching over to the part of our show where we pick our favorite astrological aspect happening this week and kind of discuss why or
Mhm.
say why. Okay, so what is yours for this week, Mel?
My favorite aspect for the week, has got to be Saturn going into Aries. I
Mm.
am an Aries sun. My sun and Venus are very close to the beginning of Aries. So, uh, yeah, I guess I'm getting ready for a Saturn return.
I guess so. I'm gonna bring myself closer. I look like I'm in the lap of
I think in a
the
couple of years I'm gonna
empress.
have a Saturn return here. But, in the meantime, just Saturn and Neptune entering the beginning of my sun sign at the top of my chart is really, like, making me think about my public roles, my public facing life, and, you know, uh, whether what I do is reflecting, where I stand spiritually, which I think I can say that it does, but also whether it's going to be something I can do forever. Like Nadia says,
Mhm.
Saturn always asks us if this is something we can do for the rest of our lives. So, it's really like
Right.
asking the question of like, what is what you're doing right now, the active part, is that stable for you? Is it going to last? Or do you need to make a new start? Do you need to find something else to work on? So yeah, that's hitting me really, really good this week, I think.
Yeah, I know. I mean, like, we're both experiencing that energy, obviously, and if you haven't joined us before, we're a married couple. We've been together 11, 12 years. I don't know. We've been together a minute. We've known each other since the 3rd grade. So, it's just like, whatever, at least 10 years, okay? Uh, our history goes way in the way back. So, yes, I f I think even you had a reading with Juan Tracy Cherry that said you were going to have some changes, especially in
Yeah, he said a career change, most
career.
definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is something that we're constantly batting back and forth. Like, we have this, business. I don't like to call it a business, but it is what it is. Like, this business here, and Melanie is a massage therapist. And we've also, have dreams of a bookstore and all sorts of things. And so we've really been hitting that. And I've been more concerned about our place of where we're going to live in the next like 3 to 5 years. My Capricorn rising is all about trying to figure out where that foundation is going to be, and I'm ready to work for it. Like, so if we have to get better credit, then let's do that little work that we do every month, and we pay our credit cards on time. Like, now we got to get in line because we've got something that we want, right? And I don't know that that fits any of the aspects, but I'm just kind of relating back to the
Yeah.
things that we're thinking about. We're thinking about our our security as far as, the roof over our
Mhm.
head and how we're gonna maintain that. Um,
Yeah, there's that Venus-Uranus, aspect that's happening today. Venus is squaring Uranus, and Uranus at the end of Taurus is all about that. Like, how are you gonna get your hands on the thing that you want to be able to rely on? And then at the end of the week, we cap it off with another square to Uranus. That's the Sun squaring Uranus. So we're definitely having a little bit of an experience around how we get the things.
right. Definitely, definitely. I had the most discouraging grocery shopping weekend, and I should have known because it's Super Bowl weekend, and I guess I'm different. I'm used to living in a different demographic, and the thing that I wanted really bad was some very expensive salmon. And normally when I want those things, I can count on them being there because not everybody's running out to, purchase $40 worth of frozen salmon, but I want to, it'll actually save me money. And, oh yeah, no, our demographic has that kind of money to spend, and they spent it. And all the things that I wanted were gone. And I was like, "Oh, no." So I had put together in my Venus and Virgo way, all of what I was going to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything, and it's all ruined. Like, not one single meal can be put together in the way that I needed it to. I'm working with a dietitian right now, and I want my plate to look like she wants it to look like, and I want it to taste good too. And yeah, it didn't happen. So I had half-assed everything as far as groceries were concerned, and I don't know how much of that is supply and how much of that is the demand right now, but, uh,
Mhm. Variable, that's the whole thing, yeah. Fortunately, Uranus is gonna move on into Gemini in April and stop messing, hopefully, with our supply chain so heavily.
right.
Yeah.
Right. That's usually when I start planning our vacations, like the 1st of May. We're usually like, okay, we've got it figured out now where
Yeah.
all the money is and what we want to do with it
Yeah.
and how we get it. So I've been blabbing a lot, but my favorite aspect for this week is Venus and Pisces.
Mhm.
Um, Venus is exalted in Pisces. Am I correct by saying that?
Yes.
And I really believe that a lot of people are going to find love right now. And I know it sounds a little cheesy and weird to say that because, we're coming up to Valentine's Day, which is just commercial bullshit. But the astrology says that you could meet love right now. Now, I do wanna say that still, if it's too good to be true, then still ask some questions and still look into the background of someone. As a matter of fact, I'm in a lesbian group online, and I'm helping an older woman try to figure out if she's being catfished. Like, I'm like, "Oh my goodness," like, "I can figure that out for you, like, don't get catfished." So, that's out there too, because a lot of people are unfortunately desperate, sometimes for love or just to even have a date on Valentine's Day. But right now, this week says that you could possibly find love or at least a partnership. And I wanna concentrate on the love part of that, like, on the romance part of that. I do believe that a lot of other partnerships are gonna form, but my Capricorn is taking a backseat to my Venus penis, who wants all the love to come in and wants the lonely hearts to find each other and spark and come together because we really need all of us, and, we need our collective, we need our people. Even romantic people is just fun if that's what you're into, but I feel like if you're out there and you're looking for that right now, it could happen, and I'm always a person that believes that those things happen in your everyday spaces, and it
Yeah.
could mean that somebody might even have a crush on you that you haven't even given the time of day to, and they might be in your inbox, and maybe this time don't ignore it or don't put it off right away or something because you just never really know, okay?
Mhm.
And you can't to me, I don't give a shit about all these dating apps. To me, you're not gonna find love necessarily unless you get your ass out there too. Like, right now, it's about getting out there and understanding that, like, so the catfishing, the AI, the scammers, the best thing to do is the face to face, so we
Mhm.
all have those feelings, we have those gut feelings, we should trust our gut guidance and intuition, especially when we're dating, but, nothing will bring you more joy than to remember that spark that you had in person with the person that could be the love of your life. So, yes, do not poo-poo on love this year, okay, people? A lot of people are also like, "Fuck love," this week. Don't do that because if you're really into it, if you're really into finding love, you can say what you want, but in the background, open your heart up and talk to the stranger that might talk to you, okay? I
Yeah.
mean, that's some serious advice right now,
Mhm.
'cause if you're looking for love, it's coming, it's here, it's probably already around you. You just have to be open enough to find it. And I'm telling you, in the past, I didn't know how many people were, like, into me, and I was not dating until I started to look back over a box of memories of what people wrote in cards to me, and I was oblivious. So, pay attention to those things, and maybe it is that someone will jump out at you that you never thought might might really kind of fill that loneliness spot or
Mhm.
fill that, want to have that partner in your life.
Mhm.
I love the loves.
Yes.
Love is very radical right now. All I want to do is pull people's heads off and be mean, but I also am like, no, I want loves.
Michael A. Bryan last night was saying something about the Venus and Uranus aspect, that was that even though it was a square, it was just really juicy and loving. And, it really allows us to see things that we're drawn to that are outside our regular template for attraction. Like we can be drawn to something that's unusual or just sort of wildly out of our regular scope. And
True. Yeah. So
that can be a life-changing positive thing.
it can be a life-changing positive thing. And also, like the flip side, me, I'm the gray area. Also,
Yeah.
just, practice safety.
Yes.
It, no
Always
means
look out for
no.
yourself. Don't let the safety rules go by the wayside, because love is in the air for
Right.
sure.
Consent
That's when
is
you
the
really need the
law.
safety rules.
Right. Consent is the law, and consent needs to be spoken out loud. All
Especially
right.
with all this Aries energy around us, we definitely need to be like thinking and talking about consent.
Right. But I do love that Aries energy, because I know that Aries energy is that energy of, oh, I see someone that I am really attracted to. They're going to go over there and do the cheesy pickup line, like, or maybe even just go right for it. Just like whatever it is that they want from you, they might just say it. So don't be surprised or shocked if somebody comes up to you and just says they want to have sex with you. You need to stop for a minute and think about whether or not you want to do that right now.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's saying that to you, that's what they mean. And
Yeah.
after you're over that shock, maybe give it a thought if that's what you want. I don't know. I mean, like, just don't count it out just because somebody's being forthright about it. All right.
Yeah.
Just give it a so anyway, so Venus and Pisces is what I love. I think that we're going to be attracting all sorts of things here. I think that our attitudes are going to determine what kinds of things that we bring to us. So, lean into what it is that we want. Keep thinking about those things that we want, those qualities that we want, the job we want, those items. I want that damn salmon, like whatever it is that we want. I'm not getting off of that until I have them in my
She
freezer.
wants her groceries. We want our groceries.
Yes, I'm making some compound butter, okay? And I need that. And I got some lemons that are real juicy, and I need
We got
that
the
salmon.
lemon and the dill for the butter, but not the salmon.
It's kind of a big deal right now.
Kind of a big deal.
So anyway, Venus and Pisces, attract.
I love that. Yes.
All right. Okay, so again, a technical thing, but I'm hoping to get another camera up here so I don't have to hold the tarot card reading. What we do is we turn over now to tarot card reading, and I'm hoping to. Ooh, I'm here already.
A little electronic sleight of hand.
Yes, a little electronic sleight of hand. So it says I'm here to be added. Just let me see what I can do. All right. Oh, it's me again.
Oh
Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I think that my camera is just not. I need the back camera, and it's like it will not give baby back. But baby got. Let's see what we got. All right. All right. So
welcome, friends, to
I
Astro
don't know what it
Insights.
looks
We are
like.
now
Oh,
heading into the third portion of our show for today, which is a tarot card reading. Jennifer is setting it up as we speak. She wants to be able to lay those tarot cards down there so that we can see them without her having to hold them up and wave them around.
yes. I'm trying to figure out now that I got this all like my
And if
forehead.
you're hanging out with us
There's
right
a
now
little.
while we're going through these little technicalities, maybe you should just go ahead and push the button and subscribe. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? Has we not entertained you? All right, now I got to do. Okay, beautiful. So now I know where to throw the card down, and hopefully y'all can see it. Okay. Wait. See, it's all backwards.
Yeah, the way you had it before.
Oh, there's a little bit of a delay here. So, all right. Now I got this in a weird place.
Mm, mhm.
Hey.
That
Oh,
works.
excellent. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being patient. Now that we know where the cards are going to land, the cards, I don't know if the cards are a little small. Maybe I should turn off my camera or something. Or let's turn off your camera, Mel, and then you can still talk, but we'll turn off your camera and let's just
I doubt you'll be
feel
able to
it.
hear me, but okay.
Well, we can turn off your camera. Now talk. No? Okay. All right. I don't like the way that looks. All right. I'm going to put you back in. It's no fun.
Yeah, there we go. Put me on the bottom. I like it.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being patient. Now that we've got everything situated, we are going to do a quick tarot card reading to, you know, I don't like to just label a card because sometimes I turn it over. I'm like, yeah, that's not the energy I'm getting. So I'm just going to draw a card or two and, or however many I want to, the energy, just to see, what to expect this week. Or I'm hoping some love stuff. I wish I would have thought about that and brought my love cards. I would draw cards on love. I'm still thinking on love though. All right. Ooh, I like that. When we're
Oh,
thinking about love stuff, the Knight of Cups coming in.
he's kind of in the shadow over there.
Yeah. Well, sometimes the night just feels like they're in the shadow, but that's because they just don't know their own confidence there. So, guess what? Your knight is going to come out of the shadows. They're probably sitting in the back of the bar, sitting in the back of the dance club. They see you. They're going to offer you a drink, buy you a drink, bring you a drink. And remember, check drinks.
Right.
And if you don't drink, it's okay. Don't take one. But someone's going to come in and offer you there's going to be an offer for anyone. So if this is about love, the Knight of Cups is definitely about a lover boy coming in. And I say lover boy, just a lover, a little bit more of a playful person, but not in a crude way, if that makes sense.
No, the
So
Knight of Cups is a very poetic sort of figure. Probably very good with their words as well as their gestures, right?
right. Yeah. I mean, like this is the person that's going to have enough bravado to come up to you, right? They're going to have enough curiosity to come and start a
Mhm,
conversation with you. They're going to spark that on their own. And
mhm,
also what I love about the night is I feel like this is a really compassionate kind of first talk, even, or a compassionate first meeting. Just really something
mhm,
light, something, just a light talk, a real heartfelt kind of moment that you might get. And I just love it. For this card to come up, especially for this week, but especially since the love is coming up. So there's definitely love coming in. And I'm getting some energy right now. It's just, I keep thinking there's wine involved in this. This might be for somebody specific. Of course, a lot of people drink wine, but it could be someone who drinks wine. And I feel like this is someone more in their 40s. So, yeah, if you're going to a wine event and someone comes up to you and is wanting to talk to you about the wine, please engage them in the conversation. It's going to go somewhere, and you're really going to find it nice. It's kind of a good opener. Like this person might not be the one, but they're gonna show you that there are people out there, and build your confidence a little bit, and at least having the conversation. Because having a conversation with someone, whether it's love or anything for any reason, sometimes it's difficult just to talk with someone new, right? I mean, we have all sorts of I don't know.
Especially that first conversation, and that's been something that's coming up a lot for me lately in the conversations I have, is like, how do I approach somebody and talk to them about my interest in connecting with them? How do I show interest, in a subtle way? And as Venus and Aries, I don't know how you show interest in a subtle way, but I encourage people to show interest by not being subtle and just saying, "Hey, I find you interesting. I'd like to spend some time with you. What do you think?"
Mhm, mhm. And I think for a lot of people, now that I've drawn the star card, and I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, and it's the death card. So I'm going to say there's been a lot of transition for someone out there. There's someone specific that I'm talking to, but so it's hard to put this in a generalized way now that I'm connected with somebody. But so some shit has happened, like life has happened. There have been a lot of changes. You've made a lot of changes, and the star card pops up. And this is, the star card follows. Gosh, I wish I could do this a little higher. The star card follows the tower card. And so, again, maybe this is the first time that you're really putting yourself out there for love, for a job, for something, for a promotion, for anything,
Connection.
a volunteer position. Maybe this is your first time after a healing period. It's the springtime coming up, and a lot of us have stayed in. We've really not done anything. We've done a lot of healing. Now we're still doing some healing, okay, and it's okay to go out not completely healed. You're going to find where you're not healed at, and when you get out there and you start talking, and you start moving in the spaces that you want to be in. Now you got to put yourself in the space that you want to be in order to attract the things and stuff and people that you
Mhm,
want, right? So
mhm.
yes, this is definitely you. And just remember temperance. There's some balance on that card, with the star card. And maybe the first night you go out, it's for an hour and not four. Maybe the first night you go out and it's not dancing, or like
Right.
maybe it's not a loud place where you can have a conversation. So if
Mhm,
somebody's doing some speed dating and you're 40 and you're doing wine, and then somebody comes up to you, this is so specific. This is a very good connection for you. I don't know who this is
I
for.
love that. I love that. I can see, like, the person on the star card and the person on the night card are facing each other. They're going toward each other. There's so much water and potential for connection and healing
Mhm,
there. I wonder if we
mhm.
could get a third card.
Yeah, I was thinking that myself, like, I am really tapped into someone. Oh my goodness.
I have a feeling I know who it is. Oh, oh, yes.
Uh-huh.
Trust your gut. Trust your personal internal guidance and intuition. Your heart knows. You have read the book of love,
Right.
and you know when it's right. You will
You've
know
been
when
around
it's
the
right.
block, like, how you've been through some shit, okay?
Mhm.
I wanna get this straightened up. It's okay. Yeah, whatever. But I do feel like this is, like it can feel just a little bit delicate, okay? And
Mhm.
I think that you're going to find that it's just not as delicate as you thought it was, all right?
Right.
And this is about, again, you've gotta open yourself up.
Mhm. Yeah. This isn't about, like, judgment and decision making. Not that those things aren't needed, okay? But it's judgment and decision making and knowing what your gut says you are ready for, knowing what your gut says you can go for right now.
Right. Right. Right, like, what can you take on right now?
Mhm. What would
Like,
you
is it
choose
it just
if something came across your path that was something you would, you know, heck yeah, 100% choose, then you've got to go for it.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like, you gotta
Mhm.
go for it, Knight of Cups style. Knight of Cups is going to go for it. They're not going to be perfect at it. They might even spill the drink trying to be, trying to be cool or trying to dismount from their horse. There might be a trip and fall or something. But
Uh-huh.
please, if there's anything that happens in that way, don't count that person out. It's really just, I don't know. I just think that it's just endearing. I don't know. I don't know. And this is definitely for someone. And the high priestess says, like you are now aware of what your healed place feels like. And
Mhm.
now asserting those boundaries and what you want and what you don't want will come easier. And there will most assuredly, right out of the gate, be a person or two that you have to put those boundaries on in some way, shape, or form. But please don't
Mhm.
let that deter you from anything else, okay? Just don't let it stop you from going after that which you've
Mhm.
attracted, because we're all attracting things to us right now.
Yeah.
And my advice is to really meditate on that which you want in all ways.
Mhm. I'm also reminded here that, that the high priestess is somebody who sort of sits and guards the gate. She's not somebody who is excitable. She's not somebody who is, particularly fiery or necessarily action oriented. So, uh, there's that guidance that says, like, if the connection you're making feels too exciting, it might be too exciting. You want to feel a connection with somebody that is a little bit exciting to you, sure, but not exciting to the point of like, oh, is this dangerous? So, really, like, be trusting of your instincts at this time.
Yes, always, always trust your gut guidance and intuition. I'm going to say that over and over again because I need to hear it myself.
Hmm.
Um, every single time I have not trusted it, it has ended up in more work, more money, time lost, just, you don't want that, okay? Trust me, you don't. So anyway, I don't have much to add to that because gosh, I'm really being inundated. And listen, just in case you do watch this and you're in your 40s, and I really do think this is a female and a male situation. Like I can almost see the color of the woman's hair. And this is so specific. If this is you and you plan to go out one day this week and just have drinks somewhere, or you're doing a wine and sip or something by yourself with the intention of meeting someone, and you would like to know more about that, I am really happy to give you a quick reading about this because I'm definitely connected in with someone who's going to watch this video, and I would like to know the end results if nothing else. Just send us an email and say, "Hey, I'm the person that you were talking about in your video," and I'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Okay, my
a plan.
friends, I think that that is it for our astrology and tarot
Yes.
for today. Remember always to take it easy on yourself and give yourself lots of grace as things are changing and shifting. I know I have the most trouble sort of coping when we're in transition for things. So just remember that, to take it easy on yourself in those moments of transition.
And you're a shooting star,
No matter who you are.
no matter who you are, shining bright, you see. I can't sing. Thank you so much again for joining us, Rose Tarot and Astrology. We're based here in Kansas City, Missouri. We do readings via everything you can imagine and in person if you're close by. And we thank you. We're here every Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, spewing out the astro insights and titillating the camera until it drives you crazy. So thanks again so much, and
Subscribe.
subscribe. Take care of yourself, and we will see you in our next video.
Much love, friends.